only you can determine what you truly want for your life and make decisions based on what you know now. So that's the best we can do. What do you know now? What do you desire now? Of course, you can think towards the future about how you want to feel, but you can only make decisions from what you know right now.
T-minus 10 seconds.
Welcome to the Journey to Launch podcast with your host, Jamila Souffrant. As a money expert who walks her talk, she helps brave journeyers like you get out of debt, save, invest, and build real wealth. Join her on the journey to launch to financial freedom in
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you want the episode show notes for this episode, go to journeytolaunch.com or click the description of wherever you're listening to this episode. In the show notes, you'll get the transcribed version of the conversation, the links that we mentioned, and so much more. Also, whether you are an OG journeyer or brand new to the podcast, I've created a free jumpstart guide to help you on your financial freedom journey. It includes the top episodes to listen to, stages to go through to reach financial freedom, resources, and so much more. You can go to journeytolaunch.com/jumpstart to get your guide right now. Okay, let's hop into the episode. Hey, journeyers. Welcome to the Journey to Launch podcast. It's Jamila Souffrant, your Chief Launch Officer, your fellow journeyer. Journeyer means you're on this path with me to achieve the best life you can while reaching financial independence. And so welcome. I'm happy to have you here. I'm happy to have you on the journey with me. I'm going to try and stick to my podcast schedule, which means even though I'm recording this in advance, this will be coming out the week before my book, Your Journey to Financial Freedom, a step-by-step guide to achieving wealth and happiness, is officially out in the world. So the book comes out December 5th, 2023. You can order the book now. Do not wait. I feel like I've been preaching or saying this every time I can say it, that pre-orders, meaning if you're listening, I know some people don't listen to this as soon as the episode comes out. Totally fine. You might listen to this next year, which it's still going to be relevant to you because I have some exciting things to talk about in this episode, the Guac lifestyle levels and how to live your best life or feeling how you can incorporate that into your life. So don't worry, we're going to get to the actionable, practical tips, but I have to take care of business first because if you're listening to this before the book comes out, you can still buy the book right now. If you're going to buy the book anyway, don't wait. Get it over with. Buy it now. Go to yourjourneytofinancialfreedom.com. You'll see all the places to order it. Bookshop.org, Target, Amazon, Walmart. You can buy it now, and that way you will get it next week without even having to think about it. And you will have what has been my life's work in terms of what I've been doing on Journey to Launch for the past 6-7 years for the podcast. And in my life, you'll get this in this book for, depending on when you buy it, it's less than $30, most likely in the mid $20 range, or even less than that if there's a deal going on at the moment. But go to yourjourneytofinancialfreedom.com to order the book. And the book is coming out in next week if you're listening to this in real time. And I'm just so excited for it to finally be in the world. I mean, it's pretty nerve-wracking too, because again, everyone is now going to almost like be with me in my most intimate, it feels like my most intimate moments, because while writing the book, I poured everything I could into it. And so now where it was just me and the book, me and the words, now it's for everyone. It's to everyone. And so I'm excited for you to read it. And for all that will unfold, I'll be recording an episode for next week that will go more into information. But for now, I just want to say thank you. And order the book if you have not already. yourjourneytofinancialfreedom.com. You can order the book right now. Now, in this episode, I wanted to talk about your lifestyle goals and the Guac lifestyle levels. I always try to think of ways in which to explain concepts or the journey to financial independence in a way that if it wasn't me speaking, what would make me interested? What would make me want to pay attention to this? And honestly, I knew for a long time one of the rubs or frictions with people and achieving their financial goals or wanting to go on the journey of financial independence is what they want their life to look like today. Oftentimes, our financial goals feel like they are in opposition of the life we really just want to live without worrying about money. Like, we want to have the car we want to have. We want to feel comfortable in our homes. We want to take the trips, maybe not work or do something else for work. Just enjoy our lives on a day-to-day basis. And when you don't feel like you have enough, and sometimes you don't have enough money coming in to accomplish your financial goals, which I have an episode I recorded that will come out. You'll hear about financial goals and goal setting. It's how do you live your best life now without sacrificing your security and this journey to financial independence that feels like it takes a lot of money to do. So I want to talk a little bit about your lifestyle and the dream you want to live, the life you want to create for yourself. There are a couple exercises in the book, Your Journey to Financial Freedom, that specifically help you to uncover what your dream lifestyle looks like, what it feels like, and it helps you narrow that down. But I want to talk about your life goals, because often when we talk about goals, especially in the finance space, is financial goals. It's the practical goals, which is all fine. But I think what's left out is our life goals, the things we want to do in our lives. So I want to do the definition here. Life goals revolve around our desired experiences that you want and the person you aspire to become throughout your lifetime. These objectives may encompass both long-term aspirations that require saving and investments, as well as smaller aspirations that can be integrated into daily life through your discretionary spending. So that's your life goals or your lifestyle. And in order to create a financial plan that you truly can enjoy, you have to bake in your life goals and discretionary spending in a way that feels good and that is appropriate to the intensity and way in which you want to reach financial independence. I think starting out with your life goals is more fun. I actually start out with this in the book first, identifying your life goals, because if we look at our goals just from a financial perspective, then I think it makes us limit our perspective, because depending on where you are, it's hard to imagine maybe the dreams you have for yourself if you feel or have financial constraints, because our life goals do take money. Now, some of them are free. Some of them cost nothing. I mean, they usually cost something in terms of time or energy to do, but a lot of them cost money. And so if you want to live on a beach, if you want to spend your time becoming a writer, that potentially takes money and energy, definitely, to do that. Instead of going directly to how much your lifestyle cost or your financial goals, I like to have people, or I want you to think about what you just want your life to look like without the numbers. Really, without the numbers. What is your full life and life goals? What are they? Become more imaginative without putting numbers on or financial constraints on what that looks like, because it could feel impossible or so far off that you don't even dream like in full color, because you feel like your finances cause you to make it look black and white. So it's not vibrant. It's not the full dream you have for yourself, because you're not letting yourself dream. So I like for you to think about, what do you want your life to look like? Forget your finances right now. Forget where you currently are. Just what do you want your life to be? What does it look like in 10 years? I have an exercise that I share called the Dream Life Exercise. It's the exercise that I heard Debbie Millman do a few times in podcast episodes. And it's such a powerful exercise because it forces you to think forward in where you want your life to be on a specific day. Really, like, how do you wake up? What sheets do you wake up on? What's the smell? And it's funny because sometimes this is hard to actually do, being so specific. Even for me, becoming so specific is so hard to think about it, or, the way my mind works, right? Like, I sometimes just think generally I know where I want to be, but to think about a specific day, it takes some emotional and mental effort. But it's one way to figure out what you want your life to look like years down the road. But then also, what are the things you want to accomplish, or how do you want to feel day to day? So you can look at your life 10 years out, and you can look at your life today, like tomorrow. If you could control how you spent your time, what your day looked like, what would that schedule be? What would fill it up? Who would you be with? What clothes would you be wearing? What car would you be driving? And it doesn't have to always tie into an upgrade, like the nicest car or the nicest clothes, but really sit and think about, what do I want my life to be? What is that fabric? What are the strings that make the fabric of this life that we have? Now, when we start to think about it, you can start to say, okay, I have some life goals. What are they? For example, you can have a life goal that you want to travel the world for 2 months. You want to live near a beach. You want a flexible work situation. So you want to work, you just don't want to work where you work now. You want it to be more flexible or be able to do something remotely. Maybe you aspire to work out more and have more time to do that, or you want to write a book, right? So understanding what your life goals are, writing them out, figuring them out. Sometimes they're big, big goals that are further away, and some of them are daily things you're going to do. And then think through what you want your life to be. Now, when I first started thinking about just frameworks and concepts to help tie everything together, I first came out with the Journeyer stages, the 5 stages to go through financial independence that you need to go through, because I felt like this really encompasses what I feel are the stages to reach this ultimate goal of financial independence. The 5 stages are the explorer stage, the cadet stage, aviator stage, captain stage, commander stage, and then captain stage. Those are the 5 stages. And then it allowed a person to look at where or feel where they were on the in the stages and Journeyer stages, and then know what to do in each stage, or to understand that there's work to be done, but also freedom to be had in the stage. Then I started to think about, but what about like the lifestyle? Because our lifestyle and what we want to live on a day-to-day and future basis, the lifestyle we live now and the lifestyle we live in financial independence impacts the journey. So how do we almost figure out terminology, or how do I figure out terminology that allows someone to easily decipher where they fall into a range on a lifestyle level? Because the lower you want to spend, or the lower you need to spend, the lower amount you need in your financial independence number, or that you need to become financially completely free. And the higher amount or lifestyle that you want to live, the more expenses you have, the higher your number. So someone who only wants to spend $20,000 or $30,000 a year and wants to live just a more base level frugal lifestyle needs less money in their financial independence number to be completely financially independent. The person who needs to spend more or wants to spend more is going to lean a lot. So how do you identify what that is? And so I came up with the Guacamole Lifestyle Levels because I thought it helped encompass what I was trying to show in this. And I use guacamole just because I love guacamole. I love avocados. I know not everyone likes that. I have a dear friend who hates guacamole and avocado. So whenever we go out and she has a dish that comes with guacamole or avocado, I'm like, don't have them take it out all the way. Put it on the side and then give it to me. Okay. I'll take your leftover guacamole. And so it's so funny because she always has to say, all right, don't take it out. Just add it to the side so I can give it to my friend. And so if you don't like guacamole, don't let this terminology turn you off. Come up with something else. Maybe you like wine, beer, I don't know, chips. Put in whatever you need. It's really just meant to show the different ranges of the lifestyle and how much you want to spend. You see, when I started my journey to financial independence, I thought I could live on less, or that I would need less to be happy, which was helpful actually in the beginning because it allowed us to save and invest more because I wasn't as concerned with spending on discretionary expenses or some of the lifestyle goals I had set for myself. But as I continued on my journey and realized that this was pretty restrictive or not sustainable, I wanted a higher lifestyle level. I wanted to be able to go order the guacamole and the margarita when I went out. I didn't want to have to check my budget and tick and tie every single number. Starting a business and getting into entrepreneurship changed my life. It's the thing I do to earn money and make an impact while on my financial independence journey. But here's the thing. Something always comes up when you're running a small business. While Gusto Payroll and HR Services can make it a little easier, Gusto was designed for you, the small business owner. They take the pain out of running a business, automatically calculating paychecks, filing payroll taxes, setting up open enrollment. Gusto does it all. Want more? Time tracking, health insurance, 401k, onboarding, commuter benefits, offer letters, access to HR experts. You get the idea. With Gusto, you can focus on the joy of running your business. It's super easy to set up and get started. And if you're moving from another provider, Gusto can transfer all of your data for you. It's no surprise, 94% of customers are likely to recommend Gusto. Here's the best part. Because you are a journeyer and listener, you get 3 months totally free. All you have to do is go to gusto.com/journey. Again, that's gusto, gusto.com/journey, JOURNEY. I'm telling you, you're going to love Gusto just as much as I do. Get started today. And so I came up with the Guac lifestyle levels to signify or to show how much you need to spend or what your guac level is, if you can identify it, and then how it impacts your journey. So there are 5 guac levels, and I'm going to go through each guac level. So this is lifestyle levels and how much you spend. Guac level 1 is characterized by having no extras in your life. Your focus is on financial independence, and you prioritize your baseline and mandatory expenses. So things like housing, transportation, groceries to survive. You would live a traditionally frugal lifestyle, and you would really indulge in anything beyond your basic needs. So you would never buy guacamole at a restaurant. Okay. You're like, nope. You might not even go to a restaurant. If you did, it's very minimal because you are really focused on frugality and not spending a lot of money. Guac level 2, so 2 guacs, is the occasional extras. So you may indulge in something like eating out or ordering guacamole, but only on special occasions or when there is a discount. And spending on certain things would just be a big expense, so you would not do them normally or regularly. That's guac level 2. Guac level 3, so if you can imagine, there's really neat graphics in the book. It shows 1 guac for guac level 1, 2 guacs for guac level 2, 3 guacs for guac level 3. So guac level 3 is where you'd indulge in extras like eating out or ordering guacamole more frequently because you enjoy them. You consider them a source of luxury in your life. You do have a budget to cover such expenses, so they are a regular part of your routine. Guac level 4 is where you can have extras whenever you want, regardless of the price. So you are willing to pay a premium for high quality luxury experiences, including expensive appetizers like guacamole. Money isn't a significant barrier for you because you can indulge in these extras without being concerned about them fitting into your budget. So you'd pay $19 for that fresh guacamole. Guac level 5 is the ultimate level of luxury where you own your in-house chef that makes you fresh guacamole. You have a guacamole factory. You are at a level in which you can completely indulge because you don't have a problem with money. You may own a private jet, or that's the kind of lifestyle that guac level 5 is aspiring to or currently lives. You're at the top of your financial ladder. You can enjoy life's pleasures without any restrictions. So I came up with those 5 levels because I thought it was important for people to understand their desired level, their true desired level that they want to live in financial independence, their current level, so where are they actually living now, and what even their desired level is to currently live while on their journey to financial independence. Now, the more frugal you are, the lower your guac level, the lower your FI number needed. The more extravagant your guac level, like guac level 5, the higher FI number you need. So what option appeals based on what I just said appeals to you when you think about it? Now, for me, I choose option 4. 3 is, pretty decent. Like, I don't mind 3 either, especially if it meant me being able to quit my job still and have a balance. But ultimately, I feel comfortable with 4. While 5 would be amazing for me, it's just like I don't necessarily need it or want it. 4 seems like a great balance. So I don't require every luxurious item, but I have a soft spot for guacamole and I don't want to feel restricted when I want to spend my money. But if I can reach my goals faster and I'm unhappy about my work situation or what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, I'm willing to lower what my guac lifestyle is. And anyone, if you're listening, has to come up with a level at which you feel comfortable. So some questions I want you to ask yourself is, one, what guac level do you desire to live? Like truly in your heart desires. Are you currently living a guac level 1 lifestyle with the intention of being able to live a guac level 3 in the future? So are you comfortable with sacrificing everyday indulgences now to achieve a life where you can indulge more later? This is something that I thought I was doing when I was starting my journey, that I was, okay, let me live a more frugal guac level 1, 2 lifestyle. And I didn't even think about the lifestyle I would want in finance. I mean, I did, but I didn't understand the tie-in. And looking back now, I think I thought I could live that guac 1, 2 forever and quickly realized, like, no, that's not going to work. So are you currently living one guac lifestyle with the intention of being able to live a higher one in the future? Some people can say, yes, I'm willing to sacrifice. I can live frugally. And because when I reach where I want to go, I'm going to actually spend more. That's another thing. Do you prefer living a simple lifestyle guac level, 1 or 2, let's say, and you maintain or you plan to maintain that same level in the future when you reach FI? Now, technically, when you think about it, if you're earning or if you're not earning a lot or you're able to save and invest aggressively and have a lower FI number, you would need to maybe keep that lifestyle up that you are currently living because you don't have the millions or the guac level 4 or 5 FI number to sustain a higher lifestyle. So you can actually enjoy, though, living a guac 1 or 2 lifestyle and say to yourself, like, listen, I don't feel any lack. Being frugal or being at a lower level is totally fine with me and I'm happy and actually can do this in financial independence. Another question, ask yourself, what guac level can you realistically live in now while working towards FI that aligns with the guac level you want to reach? So is there a sustainable guac level, whether it's 1 that you live in now and that you're going to live in financial independence, or 3, maybe you're able to live a 3 guac lifestyle and also achieve that in financial independence? What is that current level that actually can stay consistent for you? Now, you can actually be in a lower guac level in some areas of your life. So not everyone, and I think I'm a good example of this. I think I am pretty frugal or quote unquote cheap in some areas of my life, but then I'm not in others. And so I can be like a guac level 1 or 2 in, I don't know, like I don't do a lot of beauty routines. And so I can save a lot of money on hair, makeup, nails, because this is not something I enjoy. And so I just do it when I need to. I had a whole birthday episode that I was trying out the City Girl operation and paying for all the things, hair, lashes, nails, and how much time and energy that cost me. But luckily for me, I don't really care about those things or need to do them consistently. So I can save a lot of money in this area and be cheaper in these areas. Versus, when it comes to maybe going out to eat or taking a vacation and doing certain things, I want to be able to spend more quality on those things. So I have a higher guac level in that area. So you can have different ranges depending on what you value. Totally fine. Now, you also may be living a guac level that is not by choice. You do not enjoy it. I think this happens for a lot of people where you are forced to live a lower guac level, like 1 or 2, but you want more. This is why this idea of when people say, like financial independence, and to people who talk about it, like live frugally, you only do certain things and you live very, cheap or at a very simple life. It's like people who don't have a lot of money are forced to do that. And it's not a choice. They don't want to. They want to indulge and enjoy the finer things. And because you're choosing to not enjoy the finer things, which is fine, it's more of a choice. So it's not the same as someone who doesn't have a choice. So what can be happening in your scenario or life right now is that you don't want to live a 1 or 2 lifestyle. You aspire to live 3, 4, or 5, and it's in conflict with your current journey or stage and goals. And maybe you haven't thought about it in this way, but because you have not considered why it may be harder for you to not spend in certain areas because you have a true desire to spend, it could be more friction for someone where it's easier for me. So me cutting out beauty regimens and being able to save, thousands of dollars a month or a few months is no skin off my back. Like, it doesn't impact me because it's not something I desire. But for someone who finds value in that, it's going to be harder to tell them, oh, just cut out this thing, because their true guac desired lifestyle in that area is more. And it's not to say that I can give you solutions in this episode to like change your mind about something you care about so that you can reach your financial goals. But it's important just to be aware of why something may be harder for you to do. So just the whole cut this out, cut this back, don't do this, stop your vacations, maybe move to a lower cost of area living. All these ideas or tips people will say to do that could be easier for one person may not be easy for you because you desire a higher guac level in certain areas and it's hard for you to make a sacrifice or to stop that thing. So understanding where you currently are living, and is it by choice or not, and where you currently want to be will just help set expectations on your journey. You may say to yourself, you know what? I am not willing to live the 1 or 2 guac lifestyle level now. I desire to live a 3 or 4. I'm still on my financial journey. And if it takes me longer to reach my FI number because I need to work longer or harder to accumulate the money I need, I'm okay with that. That's a solid decision that you can make for yourself. You can also say, you know what? The length of time it's going to take me to be able to afford the lifestyle I want is too high of a cost. I don't want to work in corporate America for 10, 15, or 20 years just to pay for the guac 3 or 4 or 5 lifestyle that I'm used to. Even though it would be nice, I don't want it to take that long. And so I'm willing to go down to a guac 2 or 3 and find a way to be happy about it. If that means I can quit my job, I can opt out of the workforce, I can do something different, right? And you may need to make that decision, but you need to make peace with that decision. If you make a decision to live below a guac lifestyle level that you desire, you either have to change your desire point and be happy and truly happy with that, or say to yourself, okay, maybe this is just in the meantime I'm living this. In the book, I mention the correlation between your journeyer stage and your lifestyle stage. So if you're currently at a lower journeyer stage, or a beginner, I should say lower journeyer stage, like journeyer stage 1 or 2. So you're just getting into your journey. You have debt still. You're still working on some things, but you are trying to live a guac 4 or 5 lifestyle. You're going to stay stuck in that journeyer stage longer or may not be able to get out of it. But if you can say to yourself, okay, yes, I have desires to live a more full life, a more expensive life, but I know right now it is not in alignment with my journeyer stage. I need to work my way through these journeyer stages till I get to a 3 or 4 or even 5. And then I will be able to allot more money into my guac lifestyle level. And so a lot of times, especially, I'm just going to bring it back to social media and seeing everyone living a life, like you have no idea what their journeyer level is, or if they can actually truly afford the lifestyle level. And so you think, or you feel like, why can't I live that now too? When in reality, the comparison, or there is no comparison because you have no idea what their background is or what's allowing them to live that lifestyle. And that's why I am giving you the tools to help figure out what that lifestyle looks for you, but then how you can still achieve happiness on your way to financial independence, but be realistic about the length of time it takes you. Only you can determine what you truly want for your life and make decisions based on what you know now. So that's the best we can do. What do you know now? What do you desire now? Of course, you can think towards the future about how you want to feel, but you can only make decisions from what you know right now and what's best for you at this point in time with the circumstances. But with more experience and more trial and error, so it's okay to make errors, right? You might say, oh, I think I want this car, or I think I want this thing, and realize when you get it, even though some mistakes are more expensive than others, that it's not right, that it didn't solve an internal issue or problem or validate anything that you thought it would. And so now you can make a better choice the next time, right? So, but you don't know that until you start doing the work, until you start the journey with intention. So with more experience comes trial and error and the tools in the book, Your Journey to Financial Freedom. I hope you can determine what this life, what this journey looks like for you, what you're willing to give up, sacrifice or not sacrifice in order to live the ultimate freedom that you truly, truly desire. All right. So that was my breakdown of the Guac lifestyle levels. I hope you enjoyed that. The book, Your Journey to Financial Freedom. You can get it right now. You can pre-order it if you listen to this before December 5th, but it's okay if you pre-order it because then you already know it's coming. Buy it for a friend so you can do it together. Go to yourjourneytofinancialfreedom.com. Make sure you're tagging me on social media. So at Journey to Launch on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook so I can see what's going on if you enjoyed this episode. And oh my gosh, thank you so much for being on this journey with me. Don't forget, you can get the episode show notes for this episode by going to journeytolaunch.com or click the description of wherever you're listening to this. And you can still grab your Jumpstart Guide for free to help you on your journey to financial freedom by going to journeytolaunch.com/jumpstart. If you want to support me and the podcast and love the free content and information that you get here are 4 ways that you can support me and the show. 1, make sure you're subscribed to the podcast wherever you listen, whether that's Apple Podcasts, that purple app on your phone, your Android device, YouTube, Spotify, wherever it is that you happen to listen, just subscribe so you are not missing an episode. And if you're happening to listen to this in Apple Podcasts, rate, review, and subscribe there. I appreciate and read every single review. Number 2, follow me on my social media accounts. I'm at Journey to Launch on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and I love, love, love interacting with journeyers there. 3, support and check out the sponsors of this show if you hear something that interests you. Sponsors are the main ways we keep the podcast lights on here, so show them some love for supporting your girl. 4, and last but not least, share this episode, this podcast with a friend or family member or coworker so that we can spread the message of Journey to Launch. All right, that's it. Until next week, keep on journeying, journeyers.